So, hi everybody. Good to see you today. So many of you have come, and I am really excited to begin this particular course, which I have titled as Python for Beginners. The first and very most important thing is that why you are in this course. It is very evident from the number of people who have accepted this program or who had requested me to conduct this program that Python is extremely popular and it has something to do with our everyday life. Okay. And we have come into a situation that we cannot live without having enough programming language as an engineer. So when I was thinking about naming this particular program, I had an idea that we can name it as Python for Engineers. Then I thought that we need so many other things in general. And then as we go on, we will see a large number of engineering applications for Python. And it has become almost inevitable that in every field of engineering, whether it is civil engineering, mechanical engineering, or any other type of any other branch of engineering or any other field as such, we are in need of computing. And after the set of programming languages, so many programming languages came into existence in between. We have so many programming languages from the basic programming languages to C, C++, Java, and so and so and so. So what made Python very attractive and why is Python required for all these processes? First thing I'll tell you that all of you would have had some or the other idea about what an object-oriented programming structure is about. Python is an object-oriented programming language and is as simple as a scripting language. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all these things are scripting languages. Python is an interpreted language. Python has an interpreter by itself. So what we will be doing on the particular course, this is an extempore course because I have not prepared anything exclusively for teaching you. I will be beginning with what all I know, and we will be exploring the entire system in Python together. Okay, so it is not a pre-planned or it's not like an scheduled session or scheduled set of sessions. In the end of each session, I will be discussing with you or I'll be giving you some exercises which you can complete it by the next session, that is after a week. Every Saturday we'll be having a meeting together. It's more of a meeting, not a lecture. Lecture in the sense, it is not that one person alone is speaking. We all will be working together for that. Okay. So coming to why we are working with Python and why Python made all of you very attractive. That's the reason why you have opted to come for this course, which is not at all compulsory. So I have discussed with the coordinators, Kirti and Shreya, that we won't be having any attendance or anything of that sort. The programs, whatever we have done, or the part of sessions, everything will be available in YouTube also. And if you are unable to attend one or two sessions, you can just log in and just check out what the process is and how we have proceeded with. Okay. So this is the reason why we have opted for Python. Python is the most advanced programming language today. We have come across so many languages and we are right now working very seriously in Python. Python facilitates lots of engineering and non-engineering on all kinds of applications, web application, whether you wanted to develop a mobile app or whether you wanted to develop a website, everything is coming to your, in the end, is reaching towards Python. So now the first versions of Python. Do you know why this programming language was named as Python? Any idea? Python was first created in 1990 and Python first version was um, Python 1, then Python 2, then Python. Today we are in Python 3. Python is not named after a snake. Python is named only after a very interesting comedy series in BBC, Monty's Python. Okay, the founder of Python, Guido van Rossum, was a great fan of this program. So he named his programming language after this series, after this comedy series. And it is well recommended that you can also watch this series so that you will also enjoy it. Same way, here also, it is not going to be like a regular class, as I told you. It is not going to be sessions. Here, we are not going to do any hardcore programming or not. We are going to think too much or we are going to work too much. We are going to enjoy programming. We are going to learn programming by entertaining ourselves. You will be asking me now, what is all these things you are talking so much serious about, so much developments in programming, and how you can say that you are going to enjoy it? Because Python does not require too much of strain or stress at all. It's very, 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 very easy. Absolutely easy. Easy because first thing, everything in Python is an object. As I told you, it is an object-oriented programming language. Second thing is that for everything you want to know, you have packages. You have built-in packages. You have all other kinds of facilities that is already built in with you. Only thing is that you have to import them and use it. It is only that you are applying it and you are customizing it. It is built in. Everything is built in for us. Only thing is that what we want to do, we can only create and just apply it. So it is very, very, very easy for us to learn Python as such. We don't need to stress ourselves. We don't need to give any strain. It's all very, very, very comfortable and very easy. Once you start doing it, you will find it that there is no other programming language as easy as Python is. Okay. So after this, so Python as a project programming language, Python, object-oriented programming in Python. The next thing we'll be dealing with is Python 2 or Python 3. Which one is better and why do we have Python 3? What is the differences and how it is going to help us a lot. The list of differences and comparison is more theoretical and we will not be going much into that because that might make you much tedious. So if you are very much interested, what we can do is you can visit the website for Python called as python.org. This is a Python website called as python.org. In this, you get all the information about different versions of Python. Okay. And you can learn what Python 2 makes things better than the previous versions of Python, how Python 3 makes Python 2 difficult, or what are the process. In general, Python website really recommends you to use Python 3 and its latest version because of its upgradation in each and every stage. Okay, so the differences between Python 2 and Python 3 is required for you in theoretical aspects. For example, if you wanted to attend an interview, sometimes you may get questions from the differences, or there might be situations where you need to understand why Python 2 does not work well, and what are the additional features that is being available in Python 3 when compared to Python 2. The only thing what I wanted to tell you as a difference between Python 2 and Python 3 is that you cannot run a Python 2 program in a Python 3 compiler or the other way around, because it does not work properly. The system or the syntax, everything is going to change. I will be dealing with this with certain examples. As we go on, we will be dealing with some examples. Okay. The next topic is about installation of Python. Now, I need your support, and this is going to be from now onwards. Whatever we are going to do is going to be something that we are going to do together to learn things. Okay. So I will stop sharing my screen, and um, Kirti will share her screen right now. Kirti, do you have a laptop now? Hello?
But I don't have it now.
Shreya? Shreya, do you have a laptop right now?
Yes, sir.
So you can share your laptop screen right now. Share it as an entire window. And all the others, please follow what we are doing. Okay. So that you can understand it. You can go to Shreya, you can go to this python.org. In a Chrome tab. All of you, please follow what Shreya is doing so that you can download and install. Now, Shreya, you can go to this downloads, all releases. You can see that download Python 3.9.5. Once you click on that, Shreya, you can click on that. I hope you haven't installed Python so far. If you haven't installed, you can click on that. And start downloading this Python. All of you, please install Python by clicking on that particular link. Everybody, please follow what we are doing together. Yes. Now you've got a screen. All of you have downloaded. Everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now you have, see, you have an option called as install now. You have customized installation. Install launcher for all users recommended. And then you have a checkbox called as add Python 3.9 to path. Okay. Now, all of you may please check that checkbox. Check the checkbox which says add Python 3.9 to the path. Now, what is this adding 3.9 to path? Is there anybody in this class who knows that? Why do you want to add this Python version 3.9 to your path. എന്തിനാ അത് ആഡ് ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് പറയുന്നതെന്നുള്ളത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയോ? ആരെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടോ? ഓക്കെ, നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും whether it is Java or any programming language, whenever you install these things, you have to add this to your environment variables. ഈ പാത്തിനെ നിങ്ങൾ environment variables add ചെയ്തിട്ട് you have to set it up. Okay, the reason why you are doing this is because whenever you type a command that is related to Python interpreter, the operating system which you are using should be able to understand where it has to look for this particular command. Okay, where it has to look for this particular command. Only then your operating system will be able to give you results. Okay, is that clear? All of you understood why you are adding this to your path? Any doubts for anybody? എന്തുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ ഈ പൈത്തോൺ 3.9 പാത്തിലേക്ക് ആഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നു? ബിക്കോസ് വി ആർ ഡിഫൈനിങ് ദി എൻവിറോൺമെന്റ് വേരിയബിൾസ്. എൻവിറോൺമെന്റ് മീൻസ് how your system is working, what is the built-in system that is going to search for an interpreter. എവിടുന്നാണ് നമുക്ക് ഇത് കണ്ടു കിട്ടാൻ പോകുന്നത്? That is why you wanted to add this to your path. Okay, now you can go and click that install now. All of you can click that install now and it will start installing. എല്ലാവർക്കും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ടോ? എല്ലാവർക്കും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ടോ? Setup in progress. It is getting installed. Let's wait for the installation to get complete. It depends upon your internet connection. It takes that time. It has to get itself downloaded. Now, another one small question usually asked by many of the students is that, sir, what if I forget to add this to the path? Can anybody tell me what you can do if you had not added this to the path? എന്താ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുക? If you are using Windows, you have to go to your environment variables. 1 minute, Shreya. Can I also present? രണ്ടുപേർക്ക് ഒരുമിച്ച് present ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോ? All of you are able to see my screen? My whole window is available, right? Yes. Now, in your search bar, you can type for environment variables. So you will get an option called as edit environment variables. I'm going to click here. You will have this called as environment variables. System properties will be open if it is Windows 10 or Windows. For other operating systems, similar options you will be having. Okay. I believe that most of us are using Windows, so I'll be explaining this with Windows. You can go to your environment variables and add and create a new path here and add the path to the place where you have installed Python. Okay, here my path is user app data local programs Python and Python 3.8. I am using 3.8 version. Makes much doesn't make much a difference between 3.8 and 3.9. And here also you can see that you have the Python path scripts installed. Percentage user profile means that it is about the user profile. That is same as c:\users dot slash users slash app data. Now, if you go to this particular folder in your computer, if you go to the C colon, you will find that you have a folder called as users. In users, you will have another one called as user, and in that you have a hidden folder. Unless you open that, you won't see that. You have a hidden folder because this is having all the interpreter. In that, you have local. In that, if you search, you will have this Python tools, Python uh, tools, and in that you will be having all the scripts, related documents. This is only to ensure you that your program is identifiable by your operating system, whichever you are using. Okay. So Shreya, you can carry on. You can start presenting. This is to ensure that if you have added it automatically, when you click install, the program that is installing your Python will automatically install these ones. Okay, nice. So setup was successful. Is it successful for everybody? All of you here? Was the setup successful for all? Yes. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ ഇത്രയും കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ് നമ്മൾ പൈത്തോൺ ഒക്കെ ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്ത് ഇൻസ്റ്റാൾ ഒക്കെ ചെയ്തു. പക്ഷെ പൈത്തോൺ ശരിക്കും ഇൻസ്റ്റാൾ ആയോ ഇല്ലയെന്ന് നമുക്ക് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യണ്ട. How will we verify whether the installation has been really properly done? Now, Shreya, you can open your command prompt or Windows PowerShell. You can go down and in the search bar, you can give it as PowerShell or you can open your command prompt. Okay. You have got this as user HP. Okay, fine. Now what we'll do is that we'll create a new folder. Okay, before that we can see whether Python is installed properly or not. Now type Python Python space minus minus two hyphens or two hyphens or two minus symbols version and type enter. VERSION. Enter. So now you got the version of Python which you have installed. This means that your Python is successfully installed. Now, one question is that we can change the directories or we can work anywhere we like. All the rest of the program or all the Python programs, we can work in any place we like. Okay. So now, in order to keep our system much more organized, much more comfortable for us to verify, learn and relearn and unlearn, all this is a process that we will be going through in our future sessions also. നമ്മുടെ പ്രോഗ്രാംസ് എല്ലാം ഒന്ന് ഓർഗനൈസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ട് വെക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി we'll create a directory in our C folder. Okay. So now Shreya, if you type cd backslash backslash, yes, good. Enter. It goes to your C colon, and here you can create a new directory, make directory. You can use command prompt mkdir, or you can go to your Windows and you can use your graphical user interface to create a new folder. Okay, so let us make a directory called as, say, Python for beginners. Okay, so you can type this following command, mkdir space Python for beginners. mkdir space Python for beginners or Python training or something like that, whatever it is. Whatever you feel, you can create a folder. The reason is because all our programs will be available in this particular folder, which is accessible to us throughout. ഈ സ്റ്റേജ് വരെ എല്ലാവരും ചെയ്തോ? Is there any problem for anybody? Anything that you do not understand or anything that you could not do, you can unmute and speak. This is totally an informal interactive session. See, I didn't want to do it by myself because I've already installed Python 1 point. Second point is that when you do it, you will understand it and you will enjoy it. And here, anybody can raise any doubts anytime. No need for any kind of formalities, okay? Press enter. What it says. Okay. So instead of space, you put it as Python for beginners without space. You can press the up arrow. Up arrow, if you press, you will get the same thing back. Yes. For beginners, there is no need for space. Okay. And now you press enter. So it says that a new directory has been created, that is Python for beginners. And now you type dir, just dir, and enter. Now, in this you will find a folder called as Python for beginners. Okay. In the C directory, you have created a folder called as Python for beginners. Okay. Now what we'll do is that we'll go to this Python for beginners by typing cd Python for beginners. cd Python for beginners space Python for beginners without space. Enter. Now you type dir, enter. There is nothing available inside this directory. Okay. Now you make another directory mkdir space session1. Session1, enter. Now cd session1 space session1. Session1, enter. So now we are in this particular directory called as session1. Okay. Now we are going to write our first Python program here in the Windows PowerShell itself. Now, if you type Python, just Python and press enter, you will enter into a Python built-in IDE. Okay, so just type Python, enter. See, now all your programs are working in this Python interpreter, the version, everything is given here. Up to this, is it okay for every one of us? ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಓಕೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, we'll write our first Python program. Okay. Now, I'll just share my screen because you have to follow the syntax. After I share my screen, you can share it. Okay. Now, here, after typing Python, Python, you got into this particular shell. Okay. Now, print welcome to Python for beginners. And if you type like this and press enter, your value is printed. Okay, now this is a peculiarity of Python 3. The syntax for Python 2 is different. You don't have this brackets and you don't have this quotation. You have this quotation, but you don't have this brackets. If you want to work in Python 2, you may not be able to give this parenthesis, the brackets, and this one. Now, Shreya, you can share your screen and just everybody can check out whether the print statement works properly or not. The first program on printing whatever is available like that. You wanted to print a string. If you type CLS, the screen will get cleared. Nice. There are some errors. And errors and debugging sessions, you get so many errors always, and that's always good. That will help you learn a lot. Okay, not CLS from here. You have to type CLS. Okay, it's okay. Don't need to clear the screen. Let it be like that. You can type that print within brackets type something whatever you would like to do. Say welcome to Ahalya School of Engineering and Technology or anything like that. I hope everybody got the output. Yes. No, this is a string. This is a string in the sense that a string is a set of characters and string itself is an object in Python. Okay, so we will be using so many methods and functions within the string object for us to access all our future programs. Now, you can use your Python itself as a calculator. Say, for example, Shreya, you can type some 3.14 into, say, 3.14 into 2 into 5, etc. Plus enter. You got that value. So this is the reason why I said Python is extremely simple and very easy to use. എല്ലാവർക്കും അങ്ങനെ കുറെ മാത്തമാറ്റിക്കൽ കാൽക്കുലേഷൻസ് എന്ത് വേണമെങ്കിലും ഇനി ഡയറക്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് എങ്ങനെ ചെയ്ത് നോക്കാം. Anything you want, 5 plus 10 or anything like this. Now, 1 second, I will share my screen. I'm more comfortable with command prompt. Okay, so I'll just use command prompt. You can use anything. Okay. So when you're doing it in command prompt, you'll get this one. Okay. So now I'm giving A is equal to 3, B is equal to 4, and C is equal to A, B. What is this? Print C now. Print C. If I'm not giving, I'm getting the answer as 7. So I just wanted to teach you what this operator is. Can anybody tell me what is this?
Or
Another one. Okay, D is equal to A, B. Print D. What is this operator? Double star. What is this operator? Separator. That operator is called as a separator. And what is that? എന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ? Exponent is 1. Good. Everybody understood? D is A raised to B. What is the other one? ഈ ഓപ്പറേറ്റേഴ്സും ഈ കോമ്പണൻസും ഒക്കെ നമുക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കേണ്ട കാര്യമാണ് കേട്ടോ. Because at that particular point of time you cannot search for all these things. Okay. Shreya or Kirti?
Yes, sir.
Kirti, in a Word document, by
So this is Shreya.
Shreya is there. Kirti illa poyo. Kirti undo. Or Shreya, you can just make out that find out all these operators in Python as an exercise by the next class, because I don't think it is good to waste so much of our time learning about each such operator. There are so many operators. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിലെല്ലാ ഓപ്പറേറ്റേഴ്സിനെ കുറിച്ചും നമ്മളൊരു ബേസിക് ആയിട്ടൊരു നോളജ് ഉണ്ടാക്കി വെക്കേണ്ടത് ആവശ്യമാണ്. Okay, this one is bitwise addition. Okay, it converts these 3 and 4 into the bits and then it adds. Okay, you can try it out with so many other options also. Say for example, if you want to do it, we can type another one called as E. E is equal to C D. Print E. You got it as 87. Okay. It is converting these things into the bits and it is adding. It is useful for encoding and decoding, encryption, decryption. അങ്ങനെ ഒരുപാട് നമ്മുടെ applications വരുമ്പോൾ ഇതെല്ലാം ആവശ്യമുണ്ടാവും. Okay. So in the assignments, first one is that you can list out all the operators in Python, whatever is available, like this. Probably the things that you don't really know. Say, for example, exponent, not everybody would have known, because many other programming languages, they do not use this kind of operator for exponents. Okay? Today, in our Google Classrooms, I will be sharing a textbook also for you, Learn Python 3. Okay. You can use that book to learn more operators and so on. Is that clear? Okay. So this will be one of your exercises that I'll be giving you now. Is that very clear now for all of you? Yes. So now we have seen the real or the original method through which we are going to we have installed Python and we are working with this. Now we have packages like Anaconda and Spider and so on. You can use that also to install Python. Python plus all its basic packages and all these things will be automatically available in Anaconda package. Almost all packages are available. But here we need to install, say for example, you need to know if you want to install NumPy. NumPy is a package in Python that is used to manipulate arrays. We have a package called as pandas. Okay, a package called as pandas in Python. So if you want to use NumPy or if you want to use any other additional package here in the original way, what we have to do is that we have to install these packages. For that, we have a command called as pip, P-I-P. Okay, so I will just teach you that and then we'll go into IDEs. Okay, now if you press Control C or if you type exit, you can exit. You can exit your this thing and you can come. Now you can minimize this and go to this PyCharm. In JetBrains, JetBrains is a company that is having this IDE. In this, you have two options. One is community edition, which is free and can be used for pure Python development. Another one is a paid version for professionals where you have all the additional HTML, JavaScript or SQL support and so on. Okay, so you can go here, you can download and install PyCharm. Okay, click download, you will get it downloaded and you can install that. I already have PyCharm, I think it will get upgraded. Go for this community edition. As you know that we have two versions, professional and community. One is a paid one and the other one is a free one. So when you have anything like that, you will have some disadvantages with the free one, naturally. Okay. So anything that is given free of cost will have some drawbacks when compared to those things that is given on a paid platform. Because when it is a paid platform, what happens is that you should have some advantages. No, otherwise, nobody is going to pay and purchase it. So when you install these things, all of you are installing, right?
സാർ ഇതൊന്ന് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് മുതൽ പറയൂ സർ.
Hello? Hello, കേട്ടില്ല എനിക്ക്.
ഇതൊന്ന് സ്റ്റാർട്ടിങ് പറയൂ.
ഗൂഗിളിൽ പോയിട്ട് PyCharm എന്ന് ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്യോ. PyCharm എന്ന് ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ you will get this kind of results. Okay. In this, you can go to the first one, download PyCharm, and click here. You will go to this particular page. In this, there are two versions. One is called as the professional and the other one is called as the community version. In this community version is free. Professional means you have to pay. There is only a free trial available for this community version. I'm going to download, click here, you will get this file downloaded. So this is the file that is getting downloaded. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you get this, welcome to PyCharm community edition setup and so on. So click next to continue. Select PyCharm community edition version that you want to uninstall. So this will not appear for you because this is already available there for me. Uninstall. This will not come for you if you don't have already installed version. Now I will uninstall it and I will reinstall it just because I believe that you can understand it much more easier. So I'll close this. Then I'll go to the next. Next, see, create a desktop shortcut. If you want to do that, you can do that. Okay, update path variables, add launches directly to the path. And don't, if you create associations, what happens is that all the .py files in your computer will be automatically opened using PyCharm. Okay, that you don't need to do it right now. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, see, I want all of you to be used to different kinds of environments. ഈ പൈച്ചാം മാത്രം ആശ്രയിക്കേണ്ട. വിഷ്വൽ സ്റ്റുഡിയോ കോഡ് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. There are so many other ones like Anaconda, what I told you, Anaconda Spider is there. Now I'll tell you that before I go into that, 1 second, I'll show you what are the IDEs available. ഇപ്പം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പൈത്തോൺ യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ എന്തൊക്കെ ഇൻ്റഗ്രേറ്റഡ് ഡെവലപ്മെൻറ്റ് എൻവിറോൺമെൻറ്റ് ആവശ്യമുണ്ടെന്നുള്ളത് 1 second. If you go to your python.org website, you will see that you can search for integrated development environments that is available for Python. Three platforms are available. Thorny, Komodo. Komodo is very famous. Okay. So this angana പോകുമ്പോൾ you can see Spider. Spider is for the Anaconda package. You have toolkits. You have different types of, say, PyCharm is there, NetBeans is there. Community is free, open source. Python for Visual Code, you have Visual Studio Code is there. You can download Visual Studio Code if you would like to. Any of these editors can be downloaded. Okay. So what I wanted is that I don't want our learning to be an integrated development environment specific. But still, for all the programmers and developers, we have this drawback that we get used to one IDE and we start working with that IDE throughout. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് നമുക്ക് പുതിയ വേറെ IDEയിൽ പോകുമ്പോൾ അതിനെപ്പറ്റി നമുക്ക് കൂടുതൽ അറിയാൻ പറ്റുക, കൂടുതൽ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമില്ല. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകൾ ഫേസ് ചെയ്യും. അതിന് പകരം നമ്മൾ എല്ലാത്തരം IDEനെ പറ്റിയും ജനറലായിട്ടൊന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കി വെക്കുക. ഓക്കെ, എന്നിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമുള്ള ഒരു IDE ചൂസ് ചെയ്ത് അതിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാം. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് നാളെ ഇപ്പം നിങ്ങളൊരു വർക്കിംഗ് എൻവിറോൺമെന്റിൽ പോകുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ IDEയോ നിങ്ങളുടെ കണ്ടീഷൻസോ വ്യത്യാസം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് എല്ലാതരം IDEനെ പറ്റിയും നിങ്ങളൊന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കി വെച്ചിരിക്കണമെന്ന് ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ ഈ IDE എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഇന്റഗ്രേറ്റഡ് ഡെവലപ്മെന്റ് എൻവിറോൺമെന്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇവിടെയാണ് നമ്മൾ പൈത്തോൺ പ്രോഗ്രാം എഴുതാൻ പോണം. ഇപ്പം നമ്മൾ ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് സ്ട്രീം കൊണ്ട് എന്താ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് വേണ്ട കാര്യങ്ങൾ വേണ്ട പോലെ കസ്റ്റമൈസ് ചെയ്ത് എടുക്കാൻ പറ്റണം. ഹൗ വി വാണ്ട് ടു വർക്ക്, എങ്ങനെ ഇപ്പം നമുക്ക് ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ പറയുന്ന പോലെ ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഒന്നിച്ച് ചെയ്യാനുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഈ സ്റ്റേജ് ബൈ സ്റ്റേജ് ആയിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ഇത് ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് പകരം എല്ലാം കൂടെ ഒന്നിച്ച് നമുക്ക് പ്രോഗ്രാമായിട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അത് റൺ ചെയ്യിക്കണം. അതാണ് നമ്മുടെ അഡ്വാൻറ്റേജ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രാമിനെ അത് സം എക്സ്റ്റൻഷൻ വെച്ച് സേവ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആ പ്രോഗ്രാം റൺ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് വേണ്ട എല്ലാ റിസൾട്ടുകളും അതിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ പറ്റണം. അതാണ് നമ്മുടെ പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് കൊണ്ടുള്ള മെയിൻ അഡ്വാൻറ്റേജ്. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് IDEസിൽ ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഈ IDEs എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമുക്ക് ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് വെക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു എഡിറ്ററാണ്, ടെക്സ്റ്റ് എഡിറ്റർ പോലെ എഴുതാനുള്ള ഒരു സൗകര്യം, അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഈ പൈത്തോണിൽ എഴുതുമ്പോൾ പൈത്തോണിൻ്റെതായ സിൻടാക്സും കാര്യങ്ങളും ഒക്കെ മനസ്സിലാവുന്ന ഒരു സാധനത്തിന് അത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. അതിനു വേണ്ടിയാണ് നമ്മൾ പൈത്തോൺ IDEs എന്ന് ഇതിനെ പറയുന്നത്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പൈത്തോണിന് സ്യൂട്ടബിൾ ആക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി നമ്മൾ ശ്രമിക്കുന്നത്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ PyCharm is only an example. It doesn't mean that you have to use PyCharm always. It doesn't mean that you have to use Spider always, or you need to use Jupyter Notebook always. അങ്ങനെ ഒന്നുമില്ല. Everything can be done like that. Okay. So shall we proceed to the next point? The clear Ayla. All of you? Yes. Is it done? All of you? Now, by the time that is being done, I'll go to another one important step that are you all able to see my screen? Is it shared? No. Yes, screen is shared, but not the window. Stop presenting window. Share the entire, no, share the window. Stop sharing. Share your entire screen. Share. Now you are able to see my command prompt, right? Now you can type help. Help. You will get another command called as help. Vanna, all of you are able to see this? When the PyCharm is getting installed, we will see what the help command is. All of you. Now, Shreya, I'll stop sharing my screen. You share your screen now. You can share your screen. Open your PowerShell. Click next with PyCharm. Let that keep going on. Let us not worry on that. Next, next. Check on that 16-bit desktop launcher and add launchers to the path. That is for our convenience. That is not a compulsory thing. That is because you will get a desktop icon called as PyCharm. You can use that for any of your purposes. Next. Next, install. and let it install. Now you go to PowerShell and type help. Okay. Okay, here you type help. Help with 2 parentheses. Okay, 2 brackets should be there. HELP and 2 brackets, open close bracket. Enter. So you are entering into an help prompt. Okay. In this help prompt, type say for example print print. Enter.
സർ ഞാൻ എൻഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു നമ്മുടെ കമാൻഡ് പ്രോംപ്റ്റ്. അപ്പൊ എനിക്ക് വീണ്ടും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ വീണ്ടും പൈത്തന്റെ അതിൻ്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ പോയിട്ടില്ല സർ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്.
അതെ, വീണ്ടും നമ്മുടെ പ്രോജക്റ്റ് നമ്മുടെ ഫോൾഡറിൽ പോയിട്ട് ആ ഫോൾഡറിൽ പോയിട്ട് ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് പറയാൻ എന്താ അറിയോ കാരണം? നാളെ നമ്മളത് ഇന്നിപ്പോ എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നില്ല സമയം ഉണ്ടാവുന്നത്. ജിത് ഹബ് കൂടി പഠിക്കണം എന്നുണ്ടേ. അപ്പൊ ജിത് ഹബിൽ നമ്മൾ അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ ഓൾ യുവർ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ ഷുഡ് ബി ഇൻ വൺ ഫോൾഡർ. അപ്പൊ ആ ഫോൾഡറിൽ പോയിട്ട് ദിസ് ഈസ് എ ഫോൾഡർ, വേർ ഇസ് ദാറ്റ്? ആ ഫോൾഡറിൽ പോയിട്ട് പൈത്തോൺ അടിച്ചിട്ട് യു ക്യാൻ ഡു ദാറ്റ്. പൈത്തോണിന്റെ പ്രോംപ്റ്റിന്റെ ഉള്ളിലാണ് കേട്ടോ ഹെൽപ്പ് വരേണ്ട. Help should be inside your Python prompt. Now you get a help prompt. You got print. Print in the type what is that? Help on built-in function called as print in module built-ins. Print in the parenthesis in the ullile we have to write the values, and these are the additional things. Okay. So these are the things that you get. It doesn't mean that you have to print only a string. All kinds of variables can be printed, like we have done now, printing C, B, D, which has values. Anganeke cheyam. In help, you type ABS, no? Shreya, ABS nadiku. ABS, B for ball. ABS. Enter. Built-in function called as ABS returns the absolute value of the argument. Now you type exit. No, exit within parenthesis. Press Control and C together. Okay. Now, in this, no, you type C is equal to -10. C is equal to -10. Enter. ABS C. Put in parenthesis C. ABS ne type ചെയ്ത് C bracket ഉള്ളിൽ C നിടുക. Enter അടിക്കുക. So absolute value of C. That means that it removes its sign. +10 or -10 ആണെങ്കിലും it will take the absolute value. So അതാണ് ABS. ഇതുപോലെ we have infinite number of functions. Not infinite. We have a set of functions that can be used in Python. Okay. Now in this,
Just slow to go.
yes.
സർ കുറച്ച് സ്ലോ ആയി പോവാൻ പറഞ്ഞോ സർ.
Okay. Okay. Shreya, I'll just share my screen now. 1 second. See now, these are the built-in functions in Python. Okay. Each one of these things you can just try it out one by one. Not everything will work. Okay. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ലിങ്ക് ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഷെയർ ചെയ്യാം. Paste. Enter. Kirti. Hello. Hello, Kirti. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Kirti is available? Are you all able to do it? Is there anybody who couldn't do it? Shall I proceed? Yes. Now, Shreya, I'll stop sharing. Okay. Now you can share this and you can just type in the help a few built-in functions and check how it is. You can share your screen now. ഈ built-in functionsന്റെ ലിങ്ക്സ് ഞാൻ അയച്ചില്ലേ? ആ ലിങ്ക് കുറച്ചൊക്കെ ഹെൽപ്പിൽ ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അതൊക്കെ എന്താ ചെയ്യണമെന്നുള്ളത് അതിൽ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ഗിവ് യു എ ബ്രീഫിംഗ് അബൌട്ട് ഹൗ ഇറ്റ് വർക്ക്സ്. If you want, you can check it out and then work. You can check how built-in functions work. Now you go to the help prompt, Shreya. Help nadiya. HELP nadichittu within parenthesis two brackets. Enter, and now you type bytes. Bytes you don't need to put in parenthesis here. Enter. It will tell you what this class bytes does. Okay. It will give you the explanation for what this byte is doing. What are the methods inside this? While studying our object-oriented programming itself, I told you that when there is a class is a set of objects, you define an object within a class. In Python, everything is a class, and every class will have objects, and you will have its instances. Okay. ഇതെന്താണെന്ന് നമുക്ക് ഇപ്പോൾ മനസ്സിലായില്ലെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് പോകെ പോകെ നമുക്ക് ഓരോന്നോരോന്നായിട്ട് മനസ്സിലായി വരും. ഒന്ന് രണ്ട് എക്സാമ്പിൾ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ, ഒന്ന് രണ്ട് ഒബ്ജക്ട്സും ക്ലാസ്സസിനെയും നമ്മൾ പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ, you will very clearly understand what it is. So you don't need to worry about if you don't understand what these objects are, but you should keep in mind that in Python, everything is an object. Okay. If you press enter, you will get more details about it. Different methods within that object. Adana ivada kittirikkunna. Shreya, if you press enter, you will get more details. You press enter. Okay. Okay. So similarly, you can go and read out all whatever is required. നമുക്ക് ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു built-in ഫംഗ്ഷനെ കുറിച്ച് അറിയണം എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് അതിൽ പോയിട്ട് ചെയ്യാം. Press Ctrl C. Okay, you got that interrupted. Okay, that's fine. Now here, you can reverse a string and all. You have automatically, you have not reverse a string. Okay, reverse is another package that is in string class. Okay. ASCII bin here, you have byte array byte, you have what is meant by bytes, you have callable, you have object character I. It returns the string representing a character whose Unicode point is integer. Okay, at class method. These things and all we'll be using when we come to advanced level. We need so much of class method built-in function here. Compile, complex numbers, delete. Okay. Okay, so these are all the. Okay, 1 second, I'll share my screen, Shreya. You go here in this particular website, in this particular web page, that python.org page, you have all the built-in functions and its explanations. If you want, you can go through from here, as well as you can type help, and you will get the errors that is required to be corrected. Okay. I think by now, all of you might have completed the installation of PyCharm. Allah. PyCharm install ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാ?
Install ആയി sir.
Okay. So in your desktop, you will find this PyCharm Community Edition. This one, right? You can open this. But you will get continue. So you got that latest community version of PyCharm. So this is your PyCharm IDE. Okay. It is giving you some tips and some things like that and all those things. What is the next tip and so on. Now, I'm not going into what this chip is. I'm going to close this. Now, I'm going to create a new file. a new file. I've created a new project. I'll come to this because I thought that I can teach you what is virtual environment and all in later versions, but okay. In C colon, my projects, Python for beginners. Okay. Okay. Python interpreter. We'll delve into what a virtual environment is in the next class because we will not be having any time. Today we have seen too much. So what we will be doing now is that we'll be creating a Python file and we will be saving it and we will be running it in our command prompt. And then I will tell you what a virtual environment is and why do we require a virtual environment. Okay. That I will tell you in the next class, how we'll create a virtual environment, how we'll activate that virtual environment, and how we'll do all our projects in that virtual environment. Now, basically, Python will have a virtual environment because it wants all the other programs that is being done in your computer to be separated from this Python program. Okay, so that anything what you does will not affect the other areas of your program. That's why a virtual environment is always created when we do any project. That details and in depth I will teach you in the next, maybe in the next class itself. Okay. Is that clear now for all of you? Sanjay, am I okay or I'm going in a higher speed?
സർ എല്ലാവർക്കും കുറച്ച് സ്പീഡിന്റെ പ്രോബ്ലം ഉണ്ട് സർ.
ഫാസ്റ്റ് ആണോ?
ആ
ഇതുവരെ റെഡി ആയോ നിങ്ങൾ എല്ലാരും? ഇതുവരെ ചെയ്തോ?
സർ കുറച്ച് പേർക്ക് പ്രോബ്ലം ഉണ്ട് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എല്ലാവർക്കും നെറ്റ് അത്ര സ്പീഡ് ഇല്ലാത്തത് കൊണ്ട് കുറച്ച് പേർക്ക് പ്രോബ്ലം ഉണ്ട് സർ.
ഓക്കെ.
സർ നമ്മൾ മെയിൻ ആയിട്ട് പ്രോഗ്രാം ചെയ്യുക പൈച്ചാമിൽ തന്നെ അല്ലേ സർ?
അങ്ങനെ വേണമെന്നില്ല, ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞില്ല നമുക്ക് എല്ലാ തരത്തിലുള്ള ഐഡിയയുമായിട്ട് നമ്മളൊന്ന് പരിചയപ്പെട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് നല്ലതാണ്. പൈച്ചാമിൽ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, അനക്കോണ്ട സ്പൈഡറിൽ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, ജൂപ്പിറ്ററിൽ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരു 3-4 IDE ഞാൻ പരിചയപ്പെടുത്തി തരാം. ഏതാ സൗകര്യം വെച്ചാൽ അതിൽ ചെയ്യാം. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ റെഡി ആയ ഉടനെ എന്നെ പറയോ? Shall I wait till then?
സർ മെയിൻ പ്രോബ്ലം എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ മറ്റേ നമ്മുടെ ക്ലാസ്സിനിടയ്ക്ക് പൈച്ചാമം കൂടെ ഡൗൺലോഡ് ആവുന്ന അത് ചിലർക്ക് നെറ്റിന്റെ ഇഷ്യൂ ആയതുകൊണ്ട് പ്രോബ്ലം ആണ്. അതാണ് സർ പ്രശ്നം. പൈച്ചാമം ഡൗൺലോഡ് ആയിട്ടില്ല കുറെ പേർക്ക്, അതാണ്. ഓക്കെ.
ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് നമുക്ക് ജിറ്റ്ഹബ് കൂടി ചെയ്യാമെന്ന് ഞാൻ വിചാരിച്ചിരുന്ന, പക്ഷെ ഇനിയിപ്പോ അതിന് സമയം ഉണ്ടാവും തോന്നുന്നില്ല.
സർ ഇന്നത്തേക്ക് ഇപ്പോ ഇത് ഇതാക്കിയിട്ട് എല്ലാവരും നെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ് ആകുമ്പോഴേക്കും എല്ലാവരും പൈച്ചാം ഇതാക്കി. അപ്പോൾ സർ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ന്യൂ പ്രൊജക്ട് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന മുതലേ നമ്മൾ പൈച്ചാമിന് വീണ്ടും സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യാം സർ നെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ്സിന്.
ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ ഞാനൊരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യാം. അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് ഐ വിൽ ഫിനിഷ് ദിസ് പൈച്ചാം നൗ ആൻഡ് ഐ വിൽ സ്റ്റോപ്പ്. ഓക്കെ, so what you can do in PyCharm is that, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ ഒരുപാട് സ്ലോ ആയി പോവില്ലേ? 10 weeks won't be sufficient, 10 or 12 weeks won't be sufficient. And in between, if you are having exams, you need to have a review of all what we have done. The time may not be sufficient. അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ.
സർ ഓക്കെ സർ പൈച്ചാമ ഫസ്റ്റ് മുതൽ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യാം സർ.
Okay, so see, PyCharm download ചെയ്ത് ഇൻസ്റ്റാൾ ചെയ്ത ശേഷം you go to file, create a new project. Okay, new project click ചെയ്യൂ. അല്ല, ഇതിന്റെ ഇടയിൽ നിങ്ങൾ എപ്പോഴാണ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സൗകര്യമുള്ള വെച്ചാൽ അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്താൽ മതി. ബട്ട് യു ഷുഡ് ലെറ്റ് മീ നോ that you have done, and you should ask me if you have any problem in that. Appo it will ask you the name of the project, evada nammal cheyenda, endha vekkenda ennallaka choikkum. You give everything okay. It will create a virtual environment by itself. Okay, and there will be a folder called as venv in your folder. Nammal appo create ചെയ്ത ഫോൾഡറിൽ ഒരു venv എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടൊരു ഫോൾഡർ ഉണ്ടാവും. അതില് നമ്മളിപ്പോ ഒരു ഫസ്റ്റ് പൈത്തോൺ പ്രോഗ്രാം നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ എഴുതാണ്. ഓക്കെ, പ്രിന്റ് വെൽക്കം ടു അഹല്യ സ്കൂൾ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് ആൻഡ് ടെക്നോളജി. I am saving this as my first program.py. Okay, file, save all. എന്നിട്ട് when I go to command prompt and dir, I have a virtual environment. Okay, cdvenv, that you don't need to worry about that. dir, no, where is it saved? It's saved inside the folder called as books. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll pull it outside. Okay, so here I have my first program, dir. So ഇവിടെ നിങ്ങൾ നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ I have my first program. I have named it as my first program.py. Python my first program.py. If I enter, I get this: welcome to Ahalya School of Engineering and Technology. Is that clear now? Hello? Clear are you? Should we take a small break and then rejoin, or we'll do it in the next session? What can we do, Shreya, Sanjay?
സർ നെക്സ്റ്റ് സെഷനിൽ ചെയ്യാൻ തോന്നുന്നു.
അപ്പൊ ഇതുവരെ ഉള്ളതെല്ലാം ക്ലിയർ ആണോ? Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll stop recording. I'll be in the Google Meet. I won't go anywhere. You can download and install PyCharm by taking your own time, and then we can restart that. Okay. till it will take at least, we have still half an hour I think time. Our time in we can clarify all our doubts.